Greetings, I'm the Bulgarian Troglodyte. Today I'm gonna do a Blu-ray haul video. So today I received this huge box filled with Blu-rays and also one 4K and a DVD set. And they came from my old hunting grounds, one of my favorite cities in the world, London, because one of my good friends and the co-host of my podcast, Altaz, decided to send me some stuff. Some of these things are from his collection that he wanted to get rid of because he has maybe gotten new editions for those films, etc. But then he also bought me some gifts, and I'm extremely thankful for Altaz for getting me all of this stuff. It almost feels wrong and very unbelievable to get this stuff for free, because there's quite a lot of stuff here and it is quite valuable as well. We have boutique stuff, we have some regular Blu-rays as well. But anyway, without further ado, maybe we should start with the stuff and I'll discuss them as we go on. But we are gonna start with some criterions. It feels crazy to get criterions for free. But we first have the Apu trilogy by Satyajit Ray. This is the Blu-ray version, not the 4K version. And the reason I think Altaz wanted to get rid of this is because he got the 4K version or is going to get the 4K version. But I have seen these films back in the early pandemic days, I think in 2020. I liked all three films, although I didn't love them as much as many other people do. But I'm a big fan of the director in general, and I think these films might connect with me more on a rewatch. And anyway, I still like them a lot, even though I didn't love them back then. So even if I don't end up loving them more, I still like them a lot, and these are essential parts of film history. So I'm really glad to have this set on my shelf, and absolutely crazy again to get something like this for free. So thank you, Altaz. I think I'm gonna say thank you quite a few times on this video. Then another criterion, it's Visconti's The Leopard. This one I also watched back in the early pandemic days, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the first Visconti film I ever watched, and it's a great movie. I don't know where I would rank it in Visconti's filmography, because so many of his films are around the same quality to me, so like 9 out of 10 type of movies, and this is one of those 9 out of 10 type of movies. But another film that's essential part of film history, and I'm really glad to have it. I also own a couple other Visconti films, so this is a great addition to my Visconti collection. This one is really a bit like banged up here. I don't know if it was like that already or maybe that happened during the delivery, but it doesn't matter to me because this side looks really nice. And obviously with these Criterion digipacks they can get banged up really easily. That happened to me with Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, for example, when I ordered it from overseas. Yeah. Then another Criterion. This is actually the first Wes Anderson film in my collection now, so it's Fantastic Mr. Fox. And another film that I watched years ago, I remember liking. The thing about Wes Anderson is that I pretty much always like his films, but I don't love them, but they are always like solid 8 out of 10 type of good movies, and this is one of those. So I will definitely watch this one again at some point. And then the very first Eclipse set in my collection now, it's this one, Dusan Makavejev. What was it called? Free Radical. It has 3 films: Man is Not a Bird, Love Affair, or The Case of the Missing Switchboard Operator, and Innocence Unprotected. And Makavejev is obviously a crazy director. I've seen a couple of his films, and the reaction I have when I watch his films is that, was that a masterpiece or was it a complete piece of shit? So he's one of those directors, kind of like someone like John Waters maybe, that the films are just so crazy that you don't really know what to think of them, but they are very enjoyable and fascinating to watch. And I'm so happy to have my first Eclipse set because I love the Eclipse series, and I have of course watched many Eclipse series films like on streaming, like on Criterion channel and other places. Yeah. But I think those were the Criterions. But now we have one Radiant Standard Edition, and this one I actually have also watched and loved. So it's Welcome to the Dollhouse by Todd Solondz. This was one of the very first films that they released, and I actually watched it I think just before they released it, and I liked it a lot. So I'm really glad to have it because I'm definitely gonna watch this one probably many times in the future, and I don't mind that it's the standard edition. Of course the limited editions are nicer, but the standard editions are still very nice, so yeah. And I still need to buy the Happiness like Criterion because I don't have that, but I love that film, but I need to buy that sometime. But I'm glad that now I have at least one Todd Solondz film on my collection. And then one of the absolute highlights of this haul is this one. It's May, the Second Sight edition, Blu-ray. Like really beautiful box set. By the way, this also had this thing on the back, but I always take these, whatever these are called, I always take them off the Blu-rays because, or the sets, because I just prefer the look without them. But this is one of my favorite first time watches of the year. I actually watched it back in February online, and then I had mentioned it to Altaz that I really love the film and that I think I'm gonna watch this film many times in the future. And Altaz himself watched it too and liked it, but he got me this, so I'm really happy to have this because I again think I might watch this like once a year maybe. Like I had a bit of a similar experience with this that I had with Blue Velvet back in the day, that in many ways it's a disgusting, creepy, dark film, but at the same time it's just so funny and entertaining. So I really love this film. One of my new favorites. And this edition is just so beautiful. It also has a booklet and some art cards. And those art cards look like pretty nice, so I might put them somewhere. But I'll show you them quickly. So here we have these art cards. Yeah, I think particularly the cover art looks really nice. And then there's this hefty booklet as well. This art is pretty cool as well. Yeah. But really happy to have that one. So yeah, great to have it. And this was again something that he bought for me because some of these again were from his collection and some of them he bought for me. And by the way, I think I forgot to mention in the beginning that many of the ones that he sent me from his own collection were still wrapped in plastic, so they basically were like new, but they just had been on his collection, but he never took the plastic off. But I took the plastic off from all of them because that's just how I am, because I know I want to keep these, so I'm not gonna sell them, so I might as well take the plastic off. Yeah, but anyway, then more movies. Then we have a couple of Kurosawa films. So we have the new BFI Blu-ray of Redbeard, and like I've said in some videos, I think this might actually be Kurosawa's best film, or one of his best at least, because I think it's a bit more contemplative, deeper and mature than some of the samurai films, for example, even though I love those films too, but this is maybe one of the Kurosawa films that truly goes beyond just entertainment and does something better. So I'm really looking forward to watching this one again, because I actually haven't seen it since like the summer break of 2018, so 8 years. Time flies, and what better way to watch it again than on this new Blu-ray. And I love BFI releases a lot, so I'm really happy to have that one. Yeah. Then we have another Kurosawa release. This one I actually already had on Blu-ray, but this is the 4K version of it, so it's Ran. So great to have it on 4K now, even though I don't have a 4K player yet actually, but that's just a matter of time. I of course want to get a 4K player at some point, so yeah. And Ran is of course a great movie, so looking forward to also watching it on 4K someday. Yeah. Then we have some of these HMV Premium Collection Blu-rays. I think these are discontinued now, right? If I'm not mistaken. But I used to buy some of these HMV Premium Collection Blu-rays back when I lived in London. Then when I moved back to Finland, it was actually really hard to get them. Now, because I think HMV at least didn't used to deliver stuff overseas, they only sent stuff inside the UK, so I couldn't order them to Finland. But now I have some of these to add to my collection, so we have You Can Take It With You, a Frank Capra film, which I actually haven't seen, but I like Frank Capra and I own some of his other stuff, so I'm looking forward to watching this one. Hopefully I like it. Yeah. And by the way, let me know what you think of any of these films. So it would be interesting to hear, especially about these films that I haven't seen yet. Then we have Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, another Frank Capra film that I actually haven't seen yet. I know this is a big classic, so looking forward to watching it. And another Frank Capra movie, it's Lost Horizon, and this one I haven't seen either, so lots of Frank Capra for me to watch, but I'm excited. And these editions are pretty nice as well, so I'm glad that I got to add some of those to my collection as well. Then the final Premium Collection one. This is not a Frank Capra film, but I haven't seen this one either. I know many people are big fans of these. It's Night Moves. I've heard many great things about it, so looking forward to watching it. I don't really know what to expect. I know it's some kind of a detective thriller, which is not one of my favorite genres now that I'm in my late 20s. I used to love, that was my favorite genre when I was a teenager, but now it isn't. But I still like to watch films from genres that are not my favorites, and I think I can still like these types of films even though it's not like my main thing that I watch anymore. And then we have this edition of Cutter's Way, another film that I haven't seen. Pretty cool cover art work here. So yeah, I don't actually know that much about this film, so I don't know what to expect, so I'm gonna go in blind, but looking forward to watching it. I know people like that one too. And yeah, then these were also like a great surprise from Altaz that he got these for me. I'm so excited to have these. So he got me some Obayashi films. So we have The Island Closest to Heaven. This one I actually haven't watched yet, but I've been meaning to watch it. And this was actually, it felt like Altaz kind of read my mind, because I actually have been thinking in the past week that I need to watch more Obayashi. I mean, I've already seen like 16 of his films, but even more. I need to watch even more, because I currently have this project of watching films from my favorite directors that I haven't seen yet, because I'm slowly trying to make a top 50 directors list. So I'm trying to watch lots of stuff for that, and it's a really fun project to have, and I think I might talk about that project in a video. But yeah, it was great that he got me these, because these are ones that I want to watch for the list anyway. Oh god, feels crazy that now the sun is shining suddenly. Yeah, it was so cloudy a moment ago. I don't know if this looks very jarring now that the lighting is so different. And that makes my skin look very red, I think, now that I'm looking at the camera. But anyway, let's just go with it. So then another Obayashi film that I haven't seen yet, School in the Crosshairs. Yeah, I've been really excited about this one, so can't wait to watch it. And these two might actually be the films out of all of these films that I watch like first, because I was meaning to watch those anyway. So those I might watch like like maybe even this week or next week, but at least very soon. Well, this one is an Obayashi film that I didn't own, but I have seen and liked. It's The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. A very good movie, so I'm glad to have this. And again, these Obayashi films, I'm so happy to have them because I've been meaning to get these anyway. But then Altaz also bought me his Motorbike Her Island, but this one I actually already had, this same Blu-ray. So now I have 2 copies, so we'll see. Maybe I'll give this extra copy away sometime or something, or maybe I keep it. It's one of my favorite movies, so it doesn't hurt to have 2 copies. But anyway, I'm really grateful to have those Obayashi films because he's become one of my like top 20 directors in recent years. And Altaz, like 2 years ago, he also got me this anti-war trilogy by Obayashi, and I actually finally watched the film 7 Weeks from this box set, which was the only one that I hadn't seen yet, and I loved that movie a lot. What a crazy, intense experience with crazy visuals and crazy editing that was at times very jarring but also beautiful and very interesting. So I would highly recommend 7 Weeks. And also the other films here, Casting Blossoms to the Sky and Hanakatami. What a great box set. But yeah, this was something that Altaz got me back when we were just getting to know each other. And now we have a nice kind of random mix of stuff. So we have this umbrella release of Claude Berry's Jean de Florette and Manon des Sorciers. Well, these are obviously famous 80s films, and actually haven't seen these yet. But I've of course been meaning to watch them because people really love these, and the main reason I want to watch these is Emmanuelle Béart, because she's one of my absolute favorite actresses. She's just so magnetic, just so talented, so beautiful, basically a perfect actress. So I'm always looking forward to stuff with her. Like a couple months ago finally watched Claude Chabrol's L'Enfer. I think the English title is Torment, and that was a very good film from the 90s. So, but yeah, really looking forward to watching these, and these ones I definitely should watch ASAP. Then the next film I have already watched and liked, so I'm glad to have it in my collection. So it's The Last Black Man in San Francisco, an A24 film. Yeah, this one I liked quite a lot, so it's a film that I think I'm definitely gonna rewatch at some point, so glad to have it in my collection. I don't really have many A24 films in my collection, even though I like quite a lot of them. Yeah. Then this one is a big classic, but I haven't seen it yet, so I definitely should watch it very soon. So it's The Lion in Winter, starring Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole. And this is one of those classics that I know people love it. I think it has like 4.1 on Letterboxd. But I actually don't know that much about it, even though I just know it by name. But I don't know that much about the plot and stuff, so I'm gonna go in fairly blind with it. Yeah, but looking forward to watching that. It should be a great movie, and hopefully I like it as much as other people do. Then we have a film that I haven't seen since I was a kid. It's Kingdom of Heaven. Like, this isn't something that I would have like bought myself, but then when Altaz said that he has a copy that he wants to get rid of, I thought that I might as well get it because it's a film that I probably will want to watch again at some point. And I liked this one as a kid, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't know what to think of it. And this is the director's cut. I really don't remember which cut it was that I watched as a kid, or if I watched like both of the cuts back then too. But I don't remember that. But yeah, I will watch that again at some point, but not anytime soon. Then this one I haven't seen yet, but I've heard lots of good things, so I'm glad to get a copy. So it's Kubo and the Two Strings, a kids film that's apparently very good, and apparently something that many adults like too, so looking forward to watching this one. Hopefully I'm gonna like it. I think I will, yeah. Then one of my favorite westerns that I didn't own before this, so I'm glad to have it now. It's The Searchers. Yeah, one of the best westerns, although I haven't seen it in quite a long time, so we'll see if my perspective of it is different now. But I at least really used to love this one a lot. And I like these John Wayne westerns. Yeah, I don't watch that many westerns these days, but when I do, I still enjoy them. Yeah. Yeah, then this next one I don't have like very high expectations of, but when I had the chance to get it for free, I thought that I might as well give it a chance because it might be a pleasant surprise. But it's The Man from U.N.C.L.E., a Guy Ritchie film on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Guy Ritchie fan, and I especially don't necessarily trust his filmmaking talents when it comes to these later works of his. His earlier stuff was like pretty good, but we'll see. That might be a pleasant surprise, and this has like pretty big cast, I think so. Yeah, so maybe it's a pleasant surprise, but it's definitely a film I want to watch at least once. But it's probably a film that I'm not gonna watch immediately, but at some point. So then this next one is a pretty big blind spot of mine. I think this is also available on Criterion, so it's Babette's Feast. This is the Artificial Eye release, so I'm really happy to have this because I really need to watch this one and see what the hype is all about. Yeah, I hope that I'm gonna like this one. I'm pretty sure I will. Yeah. Then, last but not least, this is also actually a film that I watched for the first time earlier this year and liked. So glad to have it now because I'm definitely gonna watch it again. It's Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain. And it's actually weird that it took me so long to watch it because gay cinema is something that it's one of my main interests in cinema, so I usually get to these films like very quickly, but this one, just the cowboy aesthetic was the one thing that put me over with, but it didn't like bother me in the film, even though I usually don't like the redneck hillbilly type of thing, but it didn't bother me in this film, and it actually kind of added to the themes of the film, I think, in many ways. But it's a very good film. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything, but a very good movie that I will definitely watch again, so I'm glad to have another good film on my collection. So those were all the editions. I'm so glad to have these now. I'm very grateful for Altaz for sending me these. It's crazy to get so many great editions for free, and yeah, I'm just so grateful to have such a great friend as Altaz, not just because of getting this stuff, but also he's a great guy to talk to about films and art, but also he's someone I can trust with more personal stuff as well. So I hope that we will be friends for a long time, and hopefully one day in the future I can also somehow repay these things in some way. But let me know what you think of these Blu-rays or these films or any of these directors. But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks to Altaz, sayonara and arigato gozaimashita.